real quick. I'm having trouble walking over to you without getting in the picture.
Okay. My name is Ziva Gottesman, and I'm a student at the School of Creative and Performing Arts. I have two questions towards the People for Animal Rights. Are you promoting vegetarianism, and if it came to saving a human life or an animal's life, how do you decide which is more important?
Well, I think that question is asked a lot, and I think the problem you come into is you're in an area of philosophy and religion. We are acting as if God is in our image, that because we're like God, we may not be. And I'm, for one, I'm hoping when I get up there he's a cat, see?
Okay.
I have a question for Dr. Breslau. My name is Alan Chinello. I'm a board member of Stop Taking Our Pets. My question, Dr. Breslau, is, what is wrong with selling our pets for research since they are going to die anyway?
We've answered that twice, Doc. Where have you been listening? The answer is you can't run a pound or a shelter if somebody out the back door is going to put the animal out to torture for 3 years.
It's a misstatement to talk about torture.
I am using the say torture because it might be. In Dr. Zola's, there's never any torture. It's just wonderful in his lab.
Okay. Go ahead. Just sit right there.
Yeah, no one has addressed the issue of psychological testing, that testing on animals in universities, going on and on, they're shocking the animals. Why can't they do it once and put it in books? Why the repetitiveness of the suffering of the animals? Why not once and end it?
Why so much repetition? Why is the mouse still running around the maze somewhere?
Yeah. Well, it speaks to an issue of the question of the use of animals in teaching as opposed to the use of animals in research. It's a different topic, and there are several attempts to try and reduce the use of animals in that sphere as well. That is, to use alternatives like videotapes, demonstrations, so that animals do not have to be used needlessly. That's the very same scenario that goes on in the research sphere. We use all attempts, all kinds of strategies that we can. Some require whole animals, some work satisfactorily with alternatives, some with humans, as that fellow was suggesting. We are attempting to use and develop the best models that we can. Let me just say, by the way, that the alternatives that people are pointing to all the time, like computer models and cell culture, tissue culture, those are not alternatives that were developed by animal rights activists. Those are alternatives that are developed by scientists in the course of science.
I have a question for Dr. Zola Morgan. My name is Lisa Landerson. I am a graduate student in biology, and I have been a visitor in your vivariums at UCSD. And while I know that vivisection, that animal research is not going to stop immediately, what I'd like to ask you is those of us who are concerned with animal welfare are concerned about the animals who are living there now. Is there some good faith effort that the medical community can make to do something to remedy these animals that are living with social depravity, with complete lack of mental stimulation?
I think you bring up a really good point. And the answer is yes, and we're trying to do just those things. But the paradox is that much of that involves animal research. We don't know what are the best things to be doing. We don't know what are the best things to be doing that are...
Wait, one at a time, and Sally's the one right now. Please.
That is ridiculous. For instance, the animals that Dr. Zola Morgan uses are highly social animals. They live in family groups. They have complex behavior patterns. When they are brought into his laboratory, and I'd like to make it very clear that Dr. Zola Morgan does use wild-caught cynomolgus monkeys. That means that for every single animal that is caught, you're looking at approximately 4 to 5 others that are shot and killed in order to procure that one animal.
Is that true, Doctor?
That is true.
That's not a statistic that we know of at all. According to the World Wildlife Fund, 13 to 20... This is a fantasy statistic made up by Sally.
According to the World Wildlife Fund, 13 to 20 out of every 100 cynomolgus monkeys that are captured make it to the laboratory. You know, based on the statistics that we have seen from the project that Dr. Zola Morgan is working on, he will be responsible for the death of up to 924 cynomolgus monkeys, which are kept in isolation cages without environmental or social stimulus. And that is one of the downfalls of the Animal Welfare Act, because it does not address the environmental or social stimulus that is necessary to keep an animal healthy.
Okay, wait, Mr. Amory. Dr. Zola Morgan.
And also, I have another
A response as brief as seems fair so we can move on?
Yes, well, in our particular lab, we run studies that are involved with memory and learning. The animals are taken out of their cages every day. They're given a very large amount of social stimulation as well as
from humans, from Vivisection.
Okay, let me get a question.
Wait a minute, you said I got an answer.
Time.
You said I got an answer to what he said. I say I can't think of anything in the world better than social stimulation from this guy.
Yes, my name is Beth Melorano, and I'd like to go back to the question of ethics. I believe that animal research is ethically wrong, and I don't buy the argument that the ends justifies the means. And I'd like to ask these gentlemen if they can possibly believe that what they're doing is ethically sound.
I think it comes down...
I want to add on to that question. Is there not a fundamental basis to all of this that a value judgment is made that what we are doing to the animals is in our benefit?
Absolutely.
I think it's exactly right, Marty. It comes down to the value that we each have in regard to human life, in regard to animal life. Our feeling is that we have an obligation to the betterment of human life, to our children, to our friends and relatives. We believe that can be delivered at the same time as our obligation to the humane use of animals. We think those are not mutually exclusive as animal rights activists.
Okay, we're going to...
In terms, and the animals that are used in laboratories are killed when they're finished with the experiment.
All right, a break. We'll be right back. Okay. We are unfortunately running out of time. Dr. Breslau, is there humane research, or should it be research on animals? Is there some humane research, worthwhile research? If there were more input, for example, say into Dr. Zola Morgan's committee, would you feel more comfortable, or should it all be abandoned? Very quick statement. I'm trying to get to as many people as I can.
First thing to ensure that there is not inhumane reduplication of research all over the country is to have a national data bank that would examine every grant request before it is approved.
Okay. There is? You're going to tell me?
Yeah, I'm going to say that on the committee, there are members who are not members of the university, but who represent the community. We have 3 outside members. Some of them are members of humane societies around the county. They're representing the animals.
Yeah.
No research really is your position. That none of this is warranted.
I'm saying that there are other ways to allocate our tax dollars that will benefit public health.
But that's not the same thing.
We don't have to kill animals to do that.
No, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. The question is, can we go where we're going as a nation in terms of science and research without the use of animals after tomorrow?
No, we can't go the way that we're going, and we shouldn't go the way we are going. We should be going in a different direction.
Go ahead, Mr. Amory, quickly.
You're not going there. We got more chance of getting cancer than before these bombs start.
Okay, Dr. Zola Morgan.
Wait a minute, one more thing.
Very quickly.
You talk about the damn miracles of modern medicine. There isn't a baseball team out there that can play with the old-timers because they got housemaid's knee or something.
Dr. Zola Morgan, if alternatives are worthwhile, let me ask this a different way. Would you take more input on your committee, or you're satisfied with the level it has now?
I think we can take more input. We have input from people who represent the animals in the community.
Okay. I'm afraid I'm out of time. Let me thank the panel, Dr. Roger Breslau for Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, Sally Mackler, Animal Advocates, Cleveland Amory from the Fund for Animals, Dr. Stuart Zola Morgan from UCSD, Steve Carroll, the Executive Director of for Animal Research, and Dr. William Rennert, who is the President-elect of the San Diego County Medical Society. This is not an issue that is going to go away. The very fact that UCSD is participating in this program and others at the level that they now are is a reflection of the fact that they take all of this very seriously. We helped you understand it a little bit. For tonight, good night.
Thursday has been brought to you by your San Diego County Cadillac dealers and by the bank that served San Diego best for 100 years, San Diego Trust and Savings Bank.